a man who knows a lot about phones because he made billions, well, maybe millions, the founder of Phones for You, John Caudwell. Has someone you know had their phone nicked?
No, I feel a bit left out here. No, I don't know anybody that's had the phone stolen, although my PR lady said that she knows lots and lots of people in London.
John, you made money of flogging them. They're making money from pinching them. How much of a trend is it? How much of a big crime wave is it or isn't it?
Well, I've never been particularly expert on this. I've never known really very much about it. I've only become aware of it very recently. But I'm very involved in youth crime through the charity that I founded, which is Caudwell Youth. And we there put a one-on-one mentor with young people to reduce criminality.
So that's tough on the causes of crime. But I'm just wondering how big you think this is, because we heard it was down 12% from the police. So they must be tackling it better.
Well, it was the highest ever on record last year and the year before, so they've made some inroads, and in fact the action on the gang is very good to see, but we're still talking one phone stolen in London every 7 minutes. It's still the majority of...
I think your statistics actually say it all. Whatever opinion we've got, the statistics speak for themselves.
I actually think this is something which it doesn't happen across the rest of Europe.
Do you think it's happening here and not in the rest of Europe, then?
I think that we have basically given up on policing on it.
If we get to the rate, it's a mixture of organised crime and exploitation, perhaps. Is that what you're saying to us? Hate the sin, love the sinner.
Well, there's something very strange if the UK is responsible for 40% of all these phone crimes for the whole of Europe. And you have to then ask the question, why?
Yeah.
It's either due to policing that's not effective enough, or it's due to the criminal penalties that are not effective enough, or it's due to the social services not looking after our young people and motivating them in a way that Caudwell Youth does. And I come back to that because we have reduced criminality amongst our young people by 95% by putting a one-on-one mentor. And this is the way of solving that problem, but I don't know whether they'd solve this organised crime, and why is it so prevalent in the UK?
I think the point is, though, that these are crimes of opportunity as well.
Well, it can't. You're throw the book at them, you're hate the sin, love the sinner, and you're talking about our personal responsibility. The officer's right, John, to remind us of people used to take the front of their car stereo off. Younger viewers will be amazed.
Yeah.
Do you agree that the manufacturers can't do anything? You must have worked with all the manufacturers. They can do everything. They're probably listening on my phone.
I think they can absolutely do something about it, but equally, I am very much about making the criminality much more severely punished on the one end, but then helping young people to understand that criminality doesn't pay on the other. And that's a big part of my charitable aims there, to stop this repeat criminality, to stop mental health problems with these young people. And if you do that and you punish the crime very heavily, suddenly you make a big reduction in criminality.
Can I ask you about the general read across to the idea that Britain's broken? There'll be viewers all over the country thinking, are we talking about London? And we know it happens everywhere else, but there's this political argument now that we're just a loud, grabby place. Do you think this feeds into the narrative that the whole country's bust? It's pothole Britain and nicky phone Britain. We must think about phone shop staff. You must have you created a lot of jobs, and people facing shoplifting have a horrible time when they leave the house. Their loved ones will be thinking, is some person gonna thump you for some goods?
Do you know, when we were running all those shops, we were broken into every night in one of our many shops around the country. And it seems as though that's now switched from breaking into the shops to snatching phones out of people's hands, which is probably much easier. It's probably both, yeah. It's probably both. And, you know, it's definitely a case of we have to look after young people to stop them doing this by mentoring them, and at the other end, make the criminality far more punishable.
But the issue with that is our prisons are full.
And to the I paper, Rayner's warning to Starmer, more and more young people are feeling hopeless. Oh, I should ask you, John, do you back Angela Rayner over Keir Starmer on young people?
No, I don't, but we certainly have to do a lot more for young people than we're doing. We have to give them a lot more incentive to work, a lot more future.
Because you did back Labour at the last election.
I did, yeah.
So how's their record in the 2 years since they've done it?
Well, I think Keir Starmer, as a statesman, has done a pretty good job of balancing a lot of issues in his life. But the Labour government as a Chancellor and what they've done on the economy is dreadful, and it's driving a lot of people offshore, especially the non-doms. and it's very destructive to Britain's future. And what they don't seem to realise is that the short-term buck that they're winning, the short-term vote that they're winning, is going to damage the economy of the UK and damage the poorer people.